I'm by myself? Oh, okay, there you go. We're back.
Hi, y'all.
Tag team back again.
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. What's going on? How y'all doing? I'm kind of uneven. God.
What's happening? Let me share this out real quick.
All right. So while he shares, let me tell y'all this like real quick, right? So when I was driving home, around the corner, little girl is selling iced tea or whatever. So I guess she caught our eye. She was like, iced tea. So I was like, yo, let's go over there and we're gonna support her, whatever. We got over there. So she got this little thing of water. You could tell like the ice had melted or whatever. So it's really just tea. And she's serving it in coffee cups. But so she's putting a little bit of like some water in the cup, and then she has the iced tea powder in two other cups. So she had peaches, she had regular lemon iced tea. And she takes the fucking cup and she goes like little bit, 2 little dashes in the water. Then she takes her plastic spoon that she had, like her like a regular ass plastic spoon that you take out the plastic and throw away after you use it after you eat Chinese food. So she takes that from wrapped around in a tissue, and she sticks her fingers it's like this. Look, and she's stirring.
Well, her fingers
with the spoon.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
I just feel like, first of all, her hand was too deep in the cup, and I feel like her fingertips was inside the water.
Or you was planning on drinking it?
Then, when she gave us the cups, her hand was on top of it, not around it. So as I gave her the money, thank you, you're doing a good job. And
why you throwing it in her face?
Because she was a little girl, please.
Oh fuck, man.
So when we walked, my son and I walked away. I said, Dominic, I'm not drinking this shit. He's like, why? I said, because her fingertips was in the fucking cup, and it probably tastes just like water because she really didn't put any iced tea in there, and she touched the whole rim of the fucking cups, like the whole rim. She went like this with both hands. So my son is like, that's not nice. And mind you, I had to not beg him, but force him to come with me over there to support the little girl. He had a whole attitude. So I gave him my cup, and I said, when we get in front of the house, pour it in the grass.
Getting fucked up. Yeah.
He's like, no, you're going to drink. I'm like, I was knock that shit right out your hand. So he poured it in the grass, and he going to tell me to taste his. Like, why would I taste yours? You should have poured your shit out too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what happened.
They were giving out iced tea?
Huh?
It was giving iced tea?
It wasn't giving anything. I paid $1 for each cup.
They were selling iced tea?
Yeah. It was a little girl, yeah, on her around the corner on her lawn.
Was she by herself? Was she
Hi, Granny.
Was she an immigrant?
I don't. Her parents probably. Her no. I don't think so. Hi, Granny.
Granny, what up?
No, she said Dana's back. She didn't say hi to you.
I can't say hi to her. I'm sorry I had to late. What up? Okay, I said boo.
Not boo.
Boo what?
That's what Kel said.
Boo what? Boo who? Boo. Boo, we in the building. Boo, you better subscribe to this motherfucking Truth Be Told podcast.
That's Kel's. That's their boo. Like boo.
Boo you?
I don't know. Probably.
We back, motherfuckers.
Did y'all hear my story?
No, don't know. We ain't gonna repeat the story. She got some dirty iced tea.
Yes, I did have dirty iced tea.
Dirty tea.
I did have dirty iced tea. Crazy, but look.
Why you should have? Oh no, Ojo Society. You should have told her what she did wrong, so because she won't repeat it, because she might do it to somebody else, and it might get the same effect. So you got to learn. You got to learn. You know, just trying. I
don't want to just be talking to people's kids. Now, if I see her parent, then yeah, because I did think about saying something to her, but I'm not gonna.
No, little kids don't.
Nope. Because the next thing you know,
kids don't take offense.
She started boo-hooing. They ran inside the house, and the parent wanted to know what happened, and no. Next thing you know, I either got some voodoo sprinkled on me, or they go on the cops, or be fighting. No. So
I'm calling. Why you call the health department on them?
Oh, please stop it.
No, call immigration. Even better.
No. So long.
They'll kick that IC over. Have it all over the side.
Oh man,
it's gonna be really dirty.
I had a good show yesterday.
I was siding with Kel last night, Dana. You missed it. I don't know. I don't remember yesterday. I'm drunk. I'll tell my
he was drunk and he is drunk. So real quick, y'all, right? I went to support the little girl that was selling iced tea. She had peaches.
Come on. We can't repeat the story again.
She was stirring up the thing. I felt like her fingers went inside my tea when she was stirring, so I didn't want it. Then she also touched the rims like this. So I told my son to pour it in the grass, and that was it. And I paid $1 per cup.
$2. Whole $2 out the drain.
No, my son, well, he mixed his shit with some mango juice that I made. So
he mixed this shit. He drunk it?
He drank it, yeah.
I thought you said she had the cups, fingers on the cup.
He's okay with it, I guess. I wasn't drinking it.
God.
And he poured it in. It poured the mango juice in that cup. Like, damn, you could at least poured the shit out the cup.
Oh God.
Anyway, but hold on, can we touch a little bit about like what y'all talked about yesterday? Y'all did Shannon Sharp.
We're gonna talk about it tonight too.
Okay, but who else? Y'all talked about Shannon Sharp and Kanye, right?
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, because that's the only thing that's really buzzing right now too. And Kanye ain't even really buzzing right now.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah. You know Kanye, you ain't when Shannon Sharp still, you ain't sucking up dick when Shannon Sharp still buzzing over you.
Well, I think Kanye,
damn.
Huh?
Well, hi guys, I'm Dana, not aka Vintage
Opulence. Vintage is a word that's you got to look it up, and I say it in my special. It means like rare, one of a kind. It ain't like no bullshit. It's like vintage, like vintage. Yeah. I'm just asking a question. Yeah. It's like a good thing.
Do you swear that the evidence you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah, Kels is in the chat line.
I need y'all in the chat. Share the live, y'all. Let's get it popping tonight. Share the live. We're gonna have a good conversation in the chat room. Y'all do what y'all do in that motherfucker, and I'm gonna do what I do in this motherfucker. Being King Glam, you know.
Do you swear that the evidence you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, right, man. I do. Right, man. Who are you?
But Kanye.
You talking about her?
Kanye's. You said we not or we are?
No, we're not. This is what it's about.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Wait, but Kanye.
You about to lose your job.
This is
about to lose your job. You got to find more audio.
Thank you, Kels.
You about to lose your job because you are fucking bitches, white bitches, for nothing.
Do we really think that? Do we believe these ladies? Do they have Adam's apples?
Ladies, there's only one lady. It's a white lady, white girl.
No. He's actually somebody. He's in court right now. Somebody is suing him too.
Oh, another one? Oh.
Yeah, and then somebody sued him years ago. So yeah, but are we really believing these things? Like, do we think that he likes women?
Oh, come on now. You know what I mean? Listen, listen. I don't know the fuck. You know what I want?
I want the truth.
He fucked.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that.
I don't eat shit.
Why? Seriously? Kels, do you think that he's out there fucking women?
He's fucking monkey.
He played the tight end as his position. That don't mean that his end is tight. He might not even like tight ends.
Dana's back.
I mean, the woman said that he fucked her anally, and she said no. No is no, Shannon.
Dana's back, y'all. Dana's back.
I want the truth.
This is new audio of alleged conversation between Shannon Sharp and Jane Doe. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Daddy.
Well, okay.
Call her Daddy.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you did what you did to me.
Okay, well,
Well, what? Well, what, Gabby?
What an idiot. What an idiot.
well, you're coming to LA tomorrow. I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like.
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What? What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a bitch to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke the shit out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Damn.
Gotta relax.
Shannon, you gotta relax.
That's it.
That's it. And there's a point. There's a movie. They did a film together. Like,
No. I stretched before my reach.
what?
Okay.
I want the truth.
Always stretch before I reach. You know. But I mean, I thought that he said "daddy" just now. Maybe he did say Gabby. His name could be Gabby.
No, he said Gabby. Her name is Gabby.
Whatever. I don't think that man fucks pussy. I don't care what you say.
What?
Okay. That's all I'm saying. I think he like women with Adam's apples.
Oh, hold on. Really?
If it's one thing Kel's gonna do is stick up for a nasty ass old ass man. Sue his ass. I don't like him.
Damn.
That's what they want. They go to these white women thinking that they're so much better than black women, and this is what the fuck they get. Too fucking bad.
White girls.
I don't feel bad for him at all. I hope all three of them win their lawsuits. So there's a Jane Doe, and there's somebody else who has their name that's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, no. I guess that will be Gabby, right? She, I guess the Jane Doe is Gabby, isn't it?
I think so.
Okay.
The irony of this is that that's a guy.
Yeah, exactly. Kels, hello. I'm not the only one that thinks like that.
I want the truth.
It's not just me. It's not just me.
Shit.
But that kind of looks like Shannon and Michelle.
I want the truth.
Man, Killer defended him though.
But the first thing I took from this when I heard it was, look, he was living in California and moved to Nevada. She moved from California to Nevada too. So if somebody's being abusive to you in one state, why would you move to the next state with the same nigga who's abusing you? I don't know.
Let's not act like
personally, I found the red flag with that personally. And then the next thing is this sex tape that's supposedly coming out. Shannon said, put the whole 30 minutes out or 10 minutes, whatever it is. I guess it's some part in there for 30 seconds because Unc brought that up. Shannon brought that up. He said, I believe he's going to release 30 seconds of it. Whatever that 30 seconds is must be nasty and violent and fucked up. If you don't want to put the whole 10 minutes and you reducing it to that 30, it must have been WWE in that joint. Elbow off the top of the bed, off the thrower against the dresser. You white little bitch.
No, they
come here
had
and suck big black dick. Fuck you talking about? You want nigga dick? I get that part. I get it. Because I tell white bitches you want that nigga dick. But it's consensual. They agree. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I've been doing this in a different realm from him. I never made it as a professional athlete. I've been out here shaking and juggling these bitches since 20 years old. I know what you up to. I know when a bitch try to bait me in a text message to say some dumb shit. I ain't writing it back. You right. And I'm not writing nothing back. You can't get me to write a damn thing back when I see what's going on. You get what I'm saying? Then you gotta know. You gotta know. See, that's the fucked up thing. It seemed like he trusted her from the conversation I heard. You gotta read the signs like, I don't want to get choked. That ain't something you usually say. Hold on. You don't usually talk to me like this. Why are you talking to me like this now? Yo, I'm gonna hit you back. Boom. And then you know when shit ain't right, you be like, when you answer the phone, they be like, hello, hello, hello. They setting up. Oh, I can hear you now. They done set the call up. You gotta read all these signs, bro. And you gotta think about this, right? This is why, and a lot of people call this nigga Uncle Tom, and he don't like black people, or this, that, and the third, et cetera, et cetera. This is why Stephen A. don't get into no shit like this. And I'm gonna say none of us is above it, knock on wood, but he knows he works for Disney. When you work for Disney, a sex tape can't be coming out like this. You can't be admitting that, 30 seconds of this shit was kind of rough. I'm letting y'all know. Shit get a little wild. But didn't he like 30 seconds get what? Yo, just make it. But the first thing I took from this when I heard it was, look, he was living in California.
It's kind of rough.
First of all, it was two things that I was gonna say. They only probably putting out 30 seconds because of the angles. They don't want you to see the balls. But the second thing is, y'all gotta stop acting like, yo, I have a cousin that married her rapist twice.
Oh shit.
I want the truth. I want the truth.
So it happens. So y'all gotta stop acting like bitches. Like it's the same shit with Cassie. These relationships and they're hard to get out of. And this is just clips of what we've, just clips of what they felt like putting out. We don't really know what kind of relationship they was really in. Granny says she thought they was in a relationship.
They were in a relationship.
Well, okay, well then, so why wouldn't she move? I mean, if she feels like they're in a relationship and she feels like she's just one of those women who can't leave their abuser, why are we acting like that's not normal for women to move around with their abusers? And like I said, I have a cousin that married her rapist fucking twice. Her husband raped her twice. Back in the fucking
you can't. Your husband can't rape you. By the
yes, he stop that, Glam. Don't say that. You don't say that.
I want the truth.
Do y'all in the chat? Do you agree?
Yes, they can.
Census or this. I don't think your husband can rape you. I don't think that is the thing.
Yes, they can.
You're married, and with marriage comes.
So in a marriage, if the wife says no, I don't want to have sex, it's okay for the man to take it.
If she's sleeping, open the legs up, pop it.
That's literal rape for real.
No,
on some Charlemagne shit, when he got with his wife.
No, don't do
and
that.
that's not alleged.
No,
he said that out his own mouth, and that white man said, "That's I don't care. I don't give a fuck. That's rape."
We're gonna move on.
You don't believe me?
Give me the story.
You don't have to believe me. Again, the first time it happened was in like the early 90s.
Sorry, Charlemagne.
Then she was married to him. He raped her, whatever, got divorced. Then they wound up getting back together. The nigga raped her while his mother was in the fucking crib. I remember this because she was braiding my hair as a young girl, and I heard the conversation.
What conversation you heard? Give me the pussy?
Her conversation with her ex-mother-in-law. I heard that because she was saying, you was in the house when he raped me and you didn't do anything. And
you don't rape your wife. You cannot rape your wife.
I brought that back. Glam, stop saying that. I brought that back to my grandmother because I'm like, so then they wind up getting married again and having another what?
That's like saying you can't beat your kids.
What?
What
does that have to do with what?
You cannot rape your wife. It's like saying you can't beat your kids. Like, it's crazy. Like, you can't. Your wife is there for a reason. Your wife is your wife for a reason.
Glam, are you serious?
So are you serious? When you marry somebody, it's a partnership. Your vagina is mine. My dick is yours. We in this together.
Because that's where the fuck her mind was at, nigga. I don't know. I didn't get along with him. I spit in his face.
Oh, shit.
And I tried to break his fucking car windows with chairs many a times. Don't ask me nothing about why this bitch married him. I don't fuck with her, nor do I fuck with him. I don't fucking know. That's her business.
Oh shit. Okay.
And now they're divorced again.
Wow. Third time.
Anyway.
It's rough sex.
And y'all just sound so fucking stupid. Don't chauvinistic dumb shit that y'all be in here saying. Why would she marry him twice? Please tell me, like you're not making me feel or look stupid. You're making yourself look dumb.
Don't mix rough sex with.
And are you really saying that a husband can? You're just. I don't want to talk about Shannon Sharp no more because y'all pissing me off.
I code. We got to stick together, y'all. We can't let niggas think that what we doing is wrong when they want it.
You can't fucking take pussy. You can't take it. I don't give a fuck who it is.
You can't steal it.
You can't take it on your wedding night, even with the fucking marriage license on the fucking bed.
What?
You can't take it.
Can you whip your kids? Can you whip your kids?
I mean, yeah, you can, but if you beat them excessively,
yeah,
the state is going to punish you.
Why can you whip?
Doesn't matter. Why are you even using that as an example?
Because you
raping and beating your children is two different things.
No. It's not really.
Like you cannot abuse your children just like you can't rape your fucking wife. I'm mad because y'all be sounding stupid and it's annoying. Y'all say that it's true. It's not true, and it's like it's not funny, and y'all are sending out the wrong fucking message.
Nobody laughing. I'm just saying.
Whether in the chat, yeah, but y'all keep saying that. Whether in because he repeated the dumb shit. You cannot rape your wife. How can you say something like that?
Because I don't think you can. I don't think what the hell you married them for. What the hell?
What?
Were they separated?
Oh my gosh.
Were they separated?
No, they weren't. They weren't.
Oh,
they weren't fucking separated. Here's the law vintage. The common law rule that a husband cannot rape his wife has been confined.
Wait. First of all, stop saying that word, please.
Statutory positions which in effect exempt the man. Oh my gosh. Do you think right now that I don't care where you got that from? Honestly, I don't. Because are you telling me that if a woman calls the cops right now and says that her husband did that to her, they're not going to come fucking lock him up?
No, they're not. No, they're not. Because this happened.
Oh my gosh,
this happened a long time ago in the news, and they didn't even touch it. They didn't even do nothing to neither one of them because they were married. I'm telling you. That's why I'm telling you this can't happen. I will Google it.
First of all, for y'all to even go along with that, even if that is etched in stone, even if it is there, why the fuck would y'all be okay with that in your mind and in your hearts? Like, are y'all crazy?
Hey, well, what?
The lady is saying no. She's there crying.
She's saying no
and screaming no. Y'all are gonna just gonna take it?
Why she saying no for? She tired? She got
because unlike whoever that what's the man's name that came on here with the song? Unlike the bitches that he fucked, don't nobody owe y'all no pussy. So y'all gotta get out of here. And Kels, nobody don't owe you no pussy.
But she took that ring though.
I want the truth. I want the truth. I want the truth. I want the truth.
Yes, I can hear that.
Call from Granny. To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Hello?
Call from Granny.
Kels, it happens.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Listen. Okay. Spousal rape is a real thing. My ex-husband was convicted of it. I'm not playing with you. This is not me just trying to mess with you. This is a real deal. It didn't come into legal status until the late 2000s. It was around 2006 when he was convicted of spousal rape.
Okay.
So it is a real thing. You cannot just take sex from your partner just because they're your partner. If they say no, no is no, regardless if you're married or not.
Okay.
And anything you push beyond that is rape. Doesn't matter if you're married to the person. Being married doesn't make you automatically a yes.
Is it just a state thing? Or is it
did
across the board? This is America. This is everybody. Every state is like that.
It's California.
Okay.
California, because it didn't used to be illegal, but it became illegal because I don't know how many times I reported it. I didn't want to be with him anymore. We were living in the same house.
But that's
that fucking law. It has to be ancient.
They were together though, Granny.
The law has to be ancient when women didn't have rights. Y'all are bugged out. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It doesn't matter, even if they're together. If she says no and he forces himself on her and takes it anyways, it's still considered rape.
She need to get a divorce. She don't want to give it up. You know what I mean?
Yes, pretty much. She needs to get a divorce. Yes, I agree with that.
Hold on.
But she didn't.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Granny. Hold on a second. So every time y'all ask for it, we got to give it to y'all? Or if we don't want to give it to y'all just this one time, well, you want to get a divorce? What, nigga? I'm not in the mood.
No, she raped her. She got raped.
I still fucking love you. Maybe tomorrow. So I'm not supposed to want to be with my man, or he's not supposed to want to be with me because I don't want to have sex one time, or every fucking day, all day. Like
no one asks for that.
Y'all sound bad.
Her situation might be different. But there are situations where the man or woman is raping their spouse, and it's not because they can still be together and it can still be considered rape, but it's also a form of abuse. So this is another part of that physical abuse. Physical abuse, she's being beaten. She doesn't want to have sex with him. She doesn't know any way to get out. He's forcibly taking it from her. That is still rape. Doesn't matter if they're married or not. Doesn't matter if they say they're together. If she says no and you forcibly take it from her anyway, that is rape.
Out of everything that he just posted, that's what you want to. That's what you choose to highlight.
I'm just the last thing I've seen.
No, that's what you found funny.
Listen, Granny, ladies.
I'm gonna get off because I gotta change the diaper.
All right, Granny. See you later. Thanks for calling up.
I can't believe there are two, not just one, but two educated black married men, one in the fucking chat and the next one on the screen above me, co-signing this shit, saying that it's not possible.
It's not possible. It's not.
Y'all gotta stop.
Oh, is it the other way around too?
Of course, because men can get raped.
Okay, well, but we look like suckers if we said we got raped.
That's your problem, but y'all can still get raped.
The judge wouldn't believe it.
That's not true.
That's
not true. Is if there's just like where's the evidence? Like a woman will have to provide evidence.
Shout out to the men out there getting raped. God be with you. Stephen A. Smith. Let's see what he had to say about this.
I am the executive producer of First Take on ESPN.
Can't stand it.
I recruited Shannon. I went and got him and brought him to ESPN.
Wrong with the white people.
But I'm not the boss. Those are other folks. There are layers to this, and there are certain layers even I am not on.
But the master today.
I can tell you.
When they say folk, white people.
What you say?
When a black person says folk, they talking about white people, especially when they saying there's somebody above them. He ain't talking about nobody black. He talking about them white people.
Talking about master.
Folk. The co-chairman of Disney, the boss, Jimmy Pitaro.
Massa.
Who made it very, very clear. We are taking this matter very seriously. And we are looking into this very, very closely.
You don't touch their white women. You don't put their hands on it. You do not touch their white women. You ain't learn from Emmett Till?
And once we gather.
It's a lie, so let's not even use that.
Emmett Till blew a kiss at that lady. Let's not do that.
He did not.
You were there?
Oh, boy, no, Glenn, go ahead.
Many facts as we possibly can. We will go from there. And that is all he said. I am the executive.
So they're looking at the facts. So they're basically going to wait to fire him. They just got to get the word.
Why is this sassy ass? Why is this his business?
Because they're on the same show together. Cal, sports. We got to put on.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't like this man. He just seems like he's always in somebody's business, just like Shannon. They probably go together. But this man makes sure to hide them Adam's apples that he be fucking with, because he probably be fucking with the right ones.
Oh, what the hell? You drinking something tonight? Oh.
I just think that both of them are very sassy, and that they like their Gucci's licked and their salads tossed.
Oh shit!
By women.
Damn.
By women.
She go crazy. What's going on, Cal?
Named Michelle and Gabby and Daddy.
Cat women try to warn this nigga. Yeah.
Exactly, Granny.
They white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. They white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends.
He said with conviction. But I want to see Monique. I know you got that one here too. 1 second. Monique wanted them too. When a big girl wants,
absolutely not. That's not true, Kels.
When a big girl wants,
you didn't have kids.
Who? What?
He said that. He says no. He likes black women. His kids are black. His chicks are black. Seems like any black man that is successful is gay for vintage. Okay.
I can't find out Monique. Well, Monique's trying to warn him. I can't find it. Monique,
what are you looking for?
When Monique was warning them. We go shade room. Should be a shade room.
Yeah, it should be like higher up.
There we go.
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs. Let me tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings. Who gonna
what he need?
Rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon need. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your get you an old out there that can love you old. You're trying to hang out with these young and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, listen, you want some money to go to Starbucks? Yeah, because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's gonna say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter, because that's gonna get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you. So he thought I was gonna be scared. Yes, I'm talking, and I know an old gal. She'll be good to you. Her name is Elladora. Now I'm looking right at
Shannon. Just he fucking creeps me out. Like he's
I want the truth.
I don't know
why. Get a bitch to get you the apple butter. I don't know what the fuck is apple butter. I don't. Big bitch with you got to get the bitch with Shannon. So you got to get the bitch with the elbows hanging out. Like you want a young chick with a white
house
with a white.
Please don't start with me.
You want a white chick?
Because I be holding my tongue when we be talking about Trump, okay? So don't talk about can't take advice from a woman who ain't got a man. What? Okay?
I want the truth. I want the truth.
I may not have a man, but I'm still getting fucked.
Oh shit, hold on.
Right?
I want the truth. I want the truth.
You just be saying anything. Because it's a lot of things that Trump go for that your ass is not even going to.
Gotta relax. Relax.
Gotta relax. What do you think about this, man? This is crazy.
I think that Shannon is very whack.
Somebody warn this nigga right here.
Who is that?
This is Meek Mill. Somebody tell this nigga to get away from these white hoes. He about to be next.
He is trying to.
He about to be next.
He's trying to cover up from them French fries on his lap poolside when Puff was calling him daddy. So, but why you just keep bringing them up and bringing them up and bringing them up? And every time I say a nigga might be gay, here we go. This is why. Because fucking Glam is setting them up.
Once you put your arms around a white woman, nigga, you already committed a crime, nigga. You ain't entitled to that. We ask permission to touch some white bitch. You know you can't just touch any white girl. Shit come with a penalty. I got someone I sleep with every night. What the hell Trump do? What got to do with that? I don't care what talk about. Meek Mills, get away from the white hoes. Nigga, gonna be your demise. Nigga, it's gonna be your at the end, nigga. You You better.
Always makes me bust out laughing with that man. Who is that with his lips poked out? Is that Shannon Sharp?
Yeah, Shannon Sharp.
That is Shannon?
Shannon Sharp.
Isn't that meme?
Yeah.
He gained mad weight.
That's just his head.
No, his head is mad big right now.
I don't know.
That can't be Shannon. That man's face don't look as rough and hard.
Oh, Shannon Sharp.
Oh wow.
I'm Shannon Sharp.
No, well, the meme is still funny, but I don't like him.
Damn, Shannon. What we gonna do, Shannon? Nigga, you about to lose your job, nigga. You gotta figure it out.
I mean, he got money. Let him go buy a motherfucking farm and play with some cow's titties. Like, I don't.
Go play with what?
Yeah, go away. Go away. And take sassy ass Stephen A with you. So he can go play with a female cows. Well, yeah, he can go play with the cows titties since he likes black women.
Can we watch our friends? I gotta make a run. Can we watch our friends? You know how our friends are, right?
No.
You don't know how our friends are? Long crime.
Oh.
We're friends. We like to take
Tongues.
They're gonna talk about some new Texas that came out. So I want to play a little bit about this while I go make me a drink. Lawsuit heats up with rated R Texas. Let's play a little bit about this.
Cows, I'm trying to save the friendship that we have.
My family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown.
We have a new public response, a new disturbing.
This is a shakedown.
New graphic text messages. The legal battle between NFL Hall of Famer Shannon Sharp and his sexual assault accuser definitely has intensified. As we go through these new developments,
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown.
We have a new public response, a new disturbing piece of audio, and new graphic text messages. The legal battle between NFL Hall of Famer Shannon Sharp and his sexual assault accuser definitely has intensified. As we go through these new developments, who's telling the truth about what really happened? Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. A new legal war has begun. And this time it's between NFL Hall of Famer, podcaster, commentator Shannon Sharp and the woman who's accusing him of sexually assaulting and raping her as recently as January of this year. Now, we covered this earlier in the week, but now, not only has Shannon Sharp fired back in a major way, releasing a public message, a response, apparently revealing the identity of this Jane Doe, but he's also published never-before-seen apparent text messages between the two.
Share the live. Please share the live. Subscribe.
You too. That's why I don't even want to stick it there.
All right, y'all can't talk to the show.
Say the least. And then what happens? You think the story ends there? No. She fires back by releasing an apparent audio tape between her and Shannon Sharp. This is crossed to a whole different kind of level. And I want to get into what we're seeing right now. We're going to break it down. But first, let's take a step back. Let's learn a little bit more about the backstory, what's happening here. So we have 56-year-old Shannon Sharp, who has been sued by an unidentified woman. She's going by the pseudonym Jane Doe, and she is suing him for $50 million in Nevada court. She claims that after meeting Shannon Sharp at the gym back in 2023 and beginning a consensual relationship with him, who, by the way, she claims is 30 years older than her, it escalated into him allegedly insisting they record their sexual activities, sometimes without her knowledge, him sharing those videos with others, him allegedly telling her that he would do things to her that, quote, would make no other man want her, that he allegedly manipulated her, controlled her, threatened her, intimidated her.
This nigga need to be in jail, not Diddy. What the fuck? This nigga's, they got the receipts. What the fuck?
Able to gain access to her apartment complex without her permission. For example, this is from the lawsuit. It reads, the verbal abuse never stopped. He would berate and degrade plaintiff, just as he had from the beginning. One time specifically, he was yelling at her while there was a firearm visible in his room. Terrified for her safety, plaintiff tried sharing her location with friends from her iPhone just in case. But Sharp saw her doing this.
My nutritionist worked with me to create a meal plan that was right for my needs and that I could afford. This was a major unlock.
The moment he realized what she was doing, he grabbed her by the neck and told her, if you ever do that again, I will bleeping kill you. And then this finally all allegedly culminated with Jane Doe claiming that in October of 2024, Sharp violently sexually assaulted and raped her in Las Vegas, all while she was allegedly
Well, he didn't just rape her, he anally raped her. He left that out.
sobbing. And she claims he did this again recently in January of 2025, her allegedly begging him to stop as this was purportedly going on. So she has sued him for assault, sexual battery, sexual battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress. She's being represented by Texas attorney Tony Busby, who we know famously represented a Jane Doe in a now defunct sexual assault lawsuit against Jay-Z. He represents several accusers in actions against Sean Diddy Combs as well. But as I mentioned, Shannon Sharp has responded. This is what we want to get into. And let me tell you,
Shane,
did he respond? A lot of money at stake in this case, right? And talking money, actually, how about getting money back? Let me tell you about Upside. Upside is fantastic. It is a free app because this isn't right. And he says that this whole thing is being orchestrated by Tony Busby.
Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you
nigga proud of his dick. He want the whole video out. So I'm doing show that work, nigga. I need to see my work going. I need the full work.
You're trying to manipulate the media.
And he goes on to say that the encounter in question took place during the day at the invitation of Jane Doe, says that this was all a deliberate setup by her. He also, by the way, revealed her first name and apparently her name that she purportedly uses on OnlyFans. We're not going to reveal those names here. We're not going to do that. But he does go on to say, quote, "My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about, and I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do." And we also got a statement from his attorney, Lonnie J. Davis, and that reads, "Mr. Sharp categorically denies all allegations of coercion or misconduct, especially the gross lie of rape, and will not submit to what he sees as an egregious attempt at blackmail. He stands firmly by the truth and is prepared to fight these false claims vigorously in court." And Davis has also commented about that apparent tape that was seemingly referenced by Sharp, because he accuses Jane Doe of providing a, quote, secretly recorded and heavily edited video to them that purports to be a non-consensual encounter of some kind. But Davis claimed that Jane Doe, quote, has refused to provide a copy of the full unedited version of the recording to Mr. Sharp's legal team. And then there's this. Sharp and his legal team released all of these apparent text messages between him and this Jane Doe, reportedly 44 pages worth of communications. For example, as reported by TMZ, there's one apparent message from October 2023 where Jane Doe seemingly messages Sharp, "I want you to put a dog collar."
I want to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're what?
Around my neck and choke me with it while you're bleeping me. Now, the New York Post reporting on other messages allegedly from Jane Doe, like, "Tie me up and do bad things to me. I know you miss this big juicy bleep, 25K for each cheek. Tie me up like this and bleep me," with Sharp replying, "If I knew how to, I would." She then allegedly wrote back, "It's okay, I have handcuffs. We can stick to those for now."
She wanted it.
Jane Doe also allegedly writing, "I want like some hardcore BDSM action though, and feeling kind of freaky lately."
Vintage, you know what BDS action is? BDSM.
I don't care what the fuck she's asking for at the time, okay? When she says fucking no, no is no. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Yeah,
no is no.
She wants some BDS action. I don't know what that is. What is BDSM action? In the chat, can you tell me what BDSM is? That
Let me see. I'm gonna Google. If I Google it, my shit better not get.
Please Google it. You won't.
Oh yeah, me Google it, right?
Yeah, Google
what
it.
Is it?
You're a woman. I can't Google anything with BD in it. Shit. I know what the BD stand for. Feeling kind of freaky.
BDSM?
Yeah, what does it stand for?
Literally nothing came up.
BDSM? I want some put hardcore BDSM.
Nothing came up. Because it's probably not supposed to come out.
Okay.
I even put a space and nothing still came up.
We'll make assumptions.
So yeah, so if y'all know, okay, bondage dominatrix.
You got it?
No, Kyle's put that in there.
I want to be abused, Daddy.
What's
And then
Sato?
another message from
What does that
last
mean?
year where she
Cows, what does that mean? The last part.
Bondage, dominatrix, Sato. Kel, you making shit up, nigga.
Yeah, what's the last part?
apparently wrote him, always wanted a black baby. Now, Lonnie Davis commented that, quote, the evidence paints a clear picture. This was a consensual adult relationship that included role-playing, sexual language, and fantasy scenarios. So what happens then? Again, this is not the end of the story. Jane Doe ends up releasing an audio tape seemingly between her and Sharp. And I'm going to explain part of what is heard on this tape. We can't play it for legal reasons, but here is part of the exchange, and this part is key. Again,
It's never been easier to start a podcast than with Riverside. Here's how it works. First, go to Riverside.
This is from the audio.
What you say? Were you saying something, Dana?
He said that he's not saying shit because we don't ever believe him. I said that you believe him.
Who believe him?
You believe. Kel said he's not saying shit because we never believe him. Well, he's not going to tell us what the last part means because he said we don't believe him.
I don't know. You might know, Kel. If that's it, then it is it.
Yeah, but what does the last part mean though? What kind of sex is that? I know what bondages is, or I know what dominatrix is, but that what the fuck is what do you do with the last part? What's the SM? I see the words there, but I don't know what that means, and I'm not gonna Google it because it's not even coming up.
Jane Doe says, "Don't manipulate me." Sharp replies, "If you say that word one more time, I'm going to choke the bleep out of you next time I see you." Jane Doe pauses, takes a minute, and says, "Well, I don't want to be choked." And Sharp replies, "Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter." Now, to be clear, this tape may only be a portion of the entire conversation and audio, but this appears to be a portion nonetheless. Jane Doe's attorney, again, Tony Busby, described this audio as, quote, "The contents of this clip are certainly not sexual. They are not playful. They are instead disturbing, aggressive, and dangerous. This audio paints a very clear picture of how Sharp treated Jane Doe, leading her to escape from him by leaving Nevada and blocking all contact with him." And he added that they released this audio in response
Right, so
to
you
Sharp's
worried
lawyer,
you
Lonnie
didn't
Davis,
type it out
trying to
correctly.
discredit
That's
Jane Doe by releasing all of these alleged texts, which, by the way, Busby says are basically irrelevant because they're all before the alleged assault. Okay, so now I want to bring on Mauricio Padilla, litigator, criminal defense attorney, to talk more about this. Mauricio, thanks so much for taking the time. Let's just start with the lawsuit and the allegation, suing for $50 million. Very graphic details about these multiple alleged sexual assaults and rapes. Your take just on the initial lawsuit and allegations.
I mean, my take on the initial lawsuit and allegations and the publicity that's come right after it. I mean, there's rules of ethics to prohibit people from trying their case in the media. And I think from the onset, both sides are engaging in releasing what could be evidence. And the rules of ethics from state to state vary, but they pretty much usually are concentrated on not releasing any information that could possibly affect a jury. And they're out there releasing pages and pages of text messages. They're out there releasing audio. It looks to me like both sides are engaged in trying to litigate this in the media before litigating it in a court of law.
But isn't that the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively effect, right? Isn't that what we're seeing now? It's the idea of let's battle this out on the court of public opinion, particularly, by the way, when you're dealing with such a public figure like Shannon Sharp. The idea of if I'm fighting this in a court of law, but I'm also fighting this in the court of public opinion, if I can put enough out there to try to reverse the narrative, maybe not only I'll still retain my fan base, my career, but also it puts pressure on Jane Doe maybe to stop the lawsuit, or maybe not, because she fired back too.
No, I'm not saying that they shouldn't do it, because unfortunately we live in a time where if you don't do that on behalf of your client, are you doing them a disservice? I'm just mentioning the fact that none of this is really allowed pursuant to the rules of ethics, but I understand why they're doing it, because nowadays pretty much the court of public opinion is dictating what happens in court in and of itself. Right. So it's just part of litigating cases nowadays.
Are you concerned by the content, the value of those text message conversations? Does it complicate this case? Let me rephrase. Putting aside assuming these really are the real conversations and the real messages of Jane Doe, you could say, I mean, she's talking about BDSM, tying up, dog collars, choking, and then she accuses him of sexual assault and being violent with her. Let me actually read you something from the lawsuit. Okay, so this is from the lawsuit. It says, a woman can say yes to consensual sexual relations with a man 99.
Yo, pause. I gotta agree with you in the comment section. I don't know who you are, show ID, but not Mexico, DR. DR, nigga. Maybe Mexico, but DR. I hold it to agree. You gotta be a guy to understand. I'm sorry. Thank you. Welcome to the Truth Be Told podcast.
Please like and subscribe. You already
9.
commented.
But when she says no, even once, that no means no. Defendant Shannon Sharp, a man who is accustomed to getting what he wants, completely fails to understand this basic concept. After many months of manipulating and controlling plaintiff, a woman more than 30 years younger than he, and repeatedly threatening to brutally choke and violently slap her, Sharp refused to accept the answer no and raped plaintiff despite her sobbing and repeated screams of no. So you look at those messages, are they irrelevant?
If you establish a pattern of, S&M, a pattern of voluntarily submitting yourself to someone, to accepting, violence, to accepting as part of the norm of your sex life, then obviously that's something that can be used, because he's going to say, yeah, it was consensual. So when a jury's trying to analyze whether or not these acts of violence were consensual or not, they can obviously look to the history of the relationship and whether or not she's going to admit it. So now you put her on the stand and you're like, so you allowed him to choke you. You allowed him to hit you previously.
Yep.
And that was something that you guys engaged in, voluntary sexual behavior, and you found it pleasurable. And you did it for the X amount of months. But then on this particular day, you told him no. So it's something that it's fruitful to bring up a trial. I think they would be doing them a disservice if they didn't explore that more. And yeah, ultimately, what Mr. Busby's saying is true. A woman can say yes 99 times and say no that 100th time, but the historical behavior of accepting violence as the norm in your bedroom and in your sex life is something that a jury can look at to determine whether or not she did in fact say no, because he's going to say that she said yes. He's not going to admit that she said no, that he raped her.
No, I hear you.
And it's, again, our word against his. That's why they're in court. So fucking what? Of course he's going to say no. Of course he's going to make it look like, okay, because I don't give a fuck. When she says no, no is fucking no. And none of those text messages.
She wanted it because of text messages. She was like, daddy, do me. She wanted it. I think, like they said, that one time she wasn't feeling it. But and then she said, fuck it. And he must have.
Okay, so what's the problem? So then he should have left her the fuck alone.
He did. And then now she sued him.
No, he slapped her ass up and raped her.
Allegedly. Please don't sue us, please. We ain't got it.
Knew that he was going to get on the defensive. I mean, if you believe his side, right, that he's completely innocent, you get hit with this lawsuit, right? You want to defend yourself immediately. He goes out, he puts out this message on Instagram. Do you think he was advised by his lawyer to do so? Let's start there. And B, purportedly outing her, naming her name, just the first name,
Gabby,
and also what her apparent handle is, her name on OnlyFans. Is that appropriate? That right? I mean, again, he's defending himself, but she filed this anonymously.
Right. Well, whether or not his attorney advised him to do it, if he took those steps without discussing it with his attorney should be very upset at him doing something of that nature. I don't think that an attorney can counsel their client to disclose the identity of a victim in a sex case. So I don't think that his attorney would ever admit to taking those steps, simply because there's laws to protect victims in sex crimes. But I understand why it's beneficial to his defense. I'm putting it out there. I'm saying who you are. I'm saying that you're an OnlyFans person. I'm saying that we were engaged in this voluntary sexual behavior where you possibly accepted money to do sexual things on camera or do sexual things for me. So it definitely benefits his defense in letting people know, listen, this is not the person that Busby's saying that it is. This is a person that I'm telling you who she is. So I think it's beneficial.
And to reverse it, I said this when I covered it earlier in the week, This lawsuit being filed by Tony Busby, he's got crosshairs on him right now. He filed a lawsuit against Jay-Z by a Jane Doe who claims that she was sexually assaulted by Jay-Z when she was 13 years old back in 2000. That lawsuit against him was dropped. The NBC did a report questioning the credibility of some of her claims. His attorneys came forward and said, no, we have proof that the people you say were there weren't there.
Benji, what do you think about him? She picking up Busby for the lawyer. You think that was a good idea?
No, I think that Busby probably used to mean well. I mean, I don't know, because I heard that they've been saying that he was a great attorney before this whole Puffy shit. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know why people still are going to him, but they believe in him.
And that lawsuit was dropped. He's now being sued. That Jane Doe's being sued. You would think, okay, if this happened, I'm going to maybe take a little step back here. But to go so public and forward with allegations against a high-profile figure like Shannon Sharpe, he must not only believe the account of Jane Doe, he must believe he's got the goods to back it up.
Definitely. And listen, when you're an attorney, you have wiggle room in the sense that if you have a client that's telling you what their version, you have to act reasonably, and you can't just believe someone that you may have knowledge that she suffers from psychiatric conditions, but you have a lot of leeway. Like, you have a client that's telling you, you're allowed to believe your client and you're allowed to litigate on their behalf. And obviously there's rules in place for a lawyer not to pipe or a complete myth and sue people without a basis. But when you do have a client that's telling you what occurred, I think he has a lot of leeway in the way that he acts, simply because he has a client that's telling him, and he's allowed to believe that client. Now, there's limits, and apparently, regarding the Jay-Z, fronted with evidence that he couldn't refute regarding the lack of liability, then he dropped the lawsuit. If he's defending his own lawsuit, that's separate from this one. So I don't see why a guy like Busby would change his MO, so to speak, and retreat. Because at the end of the
If you're watching this, please subscribe to Truth Be Told Podcast. Please subscribe to Truth Be Told Podcast. Subscribe, like, and comment. Get in the chat room. Let's talk.
Kels, hold on. Kels, 2 days before the 100 million. So how would she know that he was getting that? If she filed this 2 days before.
That's what I told Kel yesterday. I asked him the same shit. I don't know what the answer was, but I was like, how did they?
And I do agree. They're both losers and they're both dumb.
He's making money. He's trying to make money, and he's got insurance to defend him of lawsuits. So I don't see why he would change.
Now I want to move on to the audio tape. This audio tape that was apparently released by Jane Doe's side. Now, again, this might only be a portion of the conversation, but it is a portion of this conversation, and it's important. You'll have Tony Busby saying, this is nothing fun about this. There's nothing sexual about this. This is disturbing. This is him threatening to choke her and saying she's not going to have a choice. Whereas I imagine you're going to hear Shannon Sharpe say, there's more to context to the conversation. Look at what our relationship was like. But this was another move in this chess game, releasing this audio tape. What's your take on it?
Well, listen, an audio tape like that is damning, just because if you're a man and you're talking like that to a woman, even if your defense is, you have to look at the totality of the circumstances. You have to look at the relationship that we had where she was voluntarily submissive to me. And then I was, in a position where we would obtain sexual pleasure from me being a dominant figure. That has to be his defense. But a lot of people would reject that right off the bat. Like, that's something that a lot of people are not going to stomach, are not going to understand. And he definitely has his work cut out in trying to explain to the viewing public why that type of language to a woman is appropriate. It has to be, his defense has to be that you're only looking at a small piece, but if you look at the entire relationship, that's how we would do it, and that's because she was submissive to me. People are going to reject that.
Now,
and they're talking about when he said that.
I said to myself,
when he said that he would choke her, or when she asked to be choked. They're talking about when he said that he would choke her. Like, remember he said a big black man choking a little white girl, or I'm gonna choke you out in front of everybody, or I'll choke you outside in public or whatever. Are they speaking about him saying it on recording, or her asking for it in the text message? You don't know.
How did they release those messages so quickly? They must have had it ready, right? You can't just have those messages. And I said to myself, did they know this was coming? Well, what do I come to find out? According to NBC, Lonnie Davis, again representing Shannon Sharp, has confirmed that Sharp apparently made a financial offer to this Jane Doe to try to settle this case before she filed it.
I want the truth!
Well, it seems he first said that it was tens of millions of dollars, then clarified and said it was at least $10 million. So the idea that if that's true, they tried to get to settle it, and then she files, and now they have their messages ready. What does that tell you?
Listen, I think that that's part of what Busby has been doing historically. Like they approach you and they tell you, listen, we have this. Let me know if you want to resolve this previously. I think if anybody looks at like the P. Diddy didn't do it, right? And then they filed against him and he settled the case in a day. We see the value of resolving cases. So I think it's on par with how Busby has been litigating his prior cases to give them an opportunity. When you look at it, yeah, settlement negotiations are usually privileged. If someone hears that he offered $10 million, what is a normal person going to think? He's guilty of something. Because people don't just, even if you're rich, don't go out there throwing around tens million or millions of dollars to resolve cases when they're innocent. People are gonna associate that offer of settlement, which they probably shouldn't, but they will. They're gonna associate that offer of settlement with guilt.
There we go.
At the time of this recording, I haven't seen Shannon Sharp file a countersuit of any kind, but talk to me if this works. Could he countersue for defamation, or is there a litigation privilege, right? You're allowed to make claims against somebody. You're shielded away from every time anybody sues anybody, the other side will say it's not true. You can't just turn around and say it's defamation, right? I mean, could he sue for defamation?
Right. Well, you're right. There is a litigation privilege regarding defamation actions. So I always tell people this when people ask me, can they sue? People can sue all the time, whether or not it's going to survive a motion to dismiss. Honestly, I've seen it in my career over 22 years. People sue for things that are ultimately going to get dismissed, and it doesn't affect their willingness to do it, their desire to do it. But you're right. There is a litigation privilege because I guess the mindset, the universal mindset is that you don't want to be gagging people in a court of law. You want people to have the freedom to express themselves openly without the threat of litigation while they're in litigation. And that's the entire. So to answer your question, it seems like you're right. A litigation privilege does apply, but nowadays people get sued for all kind of things.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a countersuit because, again, his perspective is this is blackmail. These are false allegations. And by the way, what's the timing of it? And by the way, when we talk about Shannon Sharp, he's a powerhouse in the podcast space. Hosts Club Shay Shay, Nightcap, tons of followers. According to Front Office Sports, he's expected right now to sign a new contract worth more than $100 million.
Y'all said it.
Do you think that comes into play at all?
The problem with people that have those types of contracts is it doesn't have to mean that you're guilty or not guilty. Just the news in and of itself is going to affect your ability to get followers, to do your job, and to execute contracts. Now, if he loses a $100 million contract because of this, whether there's a litigation privilege or not, you can expect a lawsuit. Even if the standard for a motion to dismiss is lower than the standard for a motion for summary judgment, you could file a lawsuit. You could. I really didn't hear a motion to dismiss, and routinely judges don't like to decide cases on summary judgment, and they often say that almost anything is an issue of fact for the.
Richard, you won't deny that. Right?
That's disgusting. First of all, I don't like muscle men like that. I don't like muscle men like that, and his face is ugly. I want the truth. Be attracted to what the fuck I'm looking at. But what did Kel say?
No, I
said Kel's called it.
The $100 million. They offered them $100 million for the podcast.
Yeah, but if she did it 2 days before, but then he explained in the he said that he defended most of the ladies in the Deshaun Watson case. As soon as he got a new contract, Bugsy went after him.
Yeah, that's what they said. That's what Kel said.
Yeah, but how would Bugsby know
that's what I asked
that these men are just so happen to get these contracts and now he's going to find a lady 2 days?
Explain that, Kel. You got to explain that. I asked you that yesterday.
The jury, because they know they're not going to get appealed when they make that type of ruling, and they like to kick it to a jury even if it is the type of case that shouldn't survive motion for summary judgment. So what I'm saying is that even if you have a clear defense, even if they don't have a good case, a lawsuit is still something that can be fruitful to either side.
Do you think this is going to end up settling, or is it now just too far down? How do you settle it without one side looking bad?
The problem is when you're dealing with someone like him, that his livelihood depends on the way that people view him, on whether or not people reject him or not, whether or not people are going to tune in or not. Once we're at this point where me and you are discussing it publicly, and it's out in the media, then how do you really repair his reputation? We look at like Johnny Depp, how Johnny Depp had to spend millions of dollars to sue Amber Heard, and at the end of the day, the entire lawsuit was just for him to get back whatever reputation he had, so it wouldn't affect his ability to make money in the future. So, in my opinion, I think that the genie's out of the bottle, and resolving it at this point isn't going to do anything for his reputation and his career. But you never know.
Yeah, I'm sure. And look, there could be a lot more to this as this case ultimately progresses. Mauricio Padilla, thanks so much for taking the time. Good to see you.
Right, Granny, that's true. It's too late. He has to prove her guilty, and she has to prove him guilty. But Kel said that the lawyer just said it's suspicious on the clip. Okay, it is. I mean, according to how you're saying, he just be finding these niggas that's about to get contracts. And then he goes in. Okay, so he finds out that the contracts, that they're getting contracts. So, okay, Shannon Sharpe is getting the contract. They're about to put the word out or let the public know in 2 days. So let me go, or in 3 days or in a week or whatever. So let me go dig up somebody from Shannon Sharpe's past. So let this white man go and look for, I guess, another white bitch that, because I want the truth. Right, the Jay-Z ones, the Puff. Okay, so whatever. Let him go. Where's he finding these people at? That's what I just don't get it. Where's he finding these?
They're finding him. They might be finding. They might be finding him because they know.
Jones said that Bugsby knows when these people are getting their contracts. So I'm not. How does Bugsby know? Who the fuck is calling Bugsby before all these men go and get fucking liquor deals? Disney, hey Noli, Disney endorsements. ESPN, huh?
No, I'm sorry.
Who in all of these different fields is running to fucking Bugsby to tell him, yo, in a week they about to put out that so-and-so is getting a new contract?
Nah, but you know that lawyers got ambulance chase. You know lawyers get connects. You know lawyers got people that when it comes to certain incidents, they the first ones to know. Lawyers got a way of knowing shit. I don't know how, but they got connects. Don't know how. They got connects.
I'm not screaming.
Okay,
he said that you have to go back because
I'm not going back. We went there. I'm gonna read this text.
He be filing first, and he wait. How? What?
Let me read.
Did you file a lawsuit on somebody and then wait just to see if they get a contract?
Well, maybe it was perfect timing. Maybe the timing was right, Kel.
All the time?
This time?
No, maybe people are just thank you, Noli. Maybe the women are just I mean, I don't know. I'm not seeing somebody going after these men because they about to announce that they have new contracts. Like that's like mad digging.
Let me read these texts about I'm so sober. All right, so these are texts between Gabby and Shannon Sharpe. I'm gonna read them because it's kind of small.
I can't. I've heard, but I cannot think of it from the top of my head.
All right, can I read these texts?
The text messages? What the hell's a text is?
These are text messages between Gabby and Sharpe.
Okay, God.
All right. He said, but wait, I got him on mic. I can't. All right, but I cried when you left because I begged you to put a condom on and you put it in my ass and you didn't listen. I don't care what our history is. No means no.
Exactly. I love you too.
What up? Okay. I don't know how to process this. I think I read this yesterday. Can I call you later? Shannon says. Hold on a second. All right. I want to be then she says she wants to be abused. Come on, this is like give and take. Like this is you can't.
Okay, she said it this time.
No, fuck.
No, then she changed her mind last time. I don't care what you say. She changed her mind.
No. Look, come on. She look like she want to be abused. She look like she's craving black cock. Like she like. And wait till I show you the next thing I found. I found something that you're gonna really be like, what? Give me 1 second. Let me pull this up. Hold on 1 second. She's guilty, yo. Shannon.
No, she's not. No,
she's not. I'm rocking with Shannon right now.
No, she's not. They're gonna have to have their day in court.
Shannon, y'all rocking with Shannon in the comment section. Please pull it up. Please let me know because she's definitely guilty of something.
Exactly, Noli.
Yeah, I didn't know. What are you talking about?
Leo, don't start.
Leo in the building? Oh shit! Wait up. I didn't know Leo was in here.
Oh, don't start.
It's about to get dark.
Noli, you are 100% correct. You don't even know I was in here windmilling, Granny and I, because they saying that husbands
read that right there.
Rape their wives.
Read that right there. We ain't going back there.
Well, I need to let them know.
Read that.
What? Video services of Shannon Sharp's accuser asking if she's getting better at shaking. So
she asking Shannon that shit.
What?
She asking Shannon if she getting better at shaking. She asking she's a
What does that have to do with that? Means come and rape me?
She's a thought, yo. Fuck that.
That does what?
She's a dot with icing on it. Like she's an icing dot. Like she wants it. Like she's a freak.
Yeah, Noli.
She's a freak. Yo, Shannon, I'm
glam. What does this? Those messages are worse than this.
I'm with Shannon. I'm
Of course you would be with Shannon. You just like you shouting out to Puffy.
Why would you? Why would she
what?
Why would you want the downfall of a black man? And you can see she's practically
because she's a white woman.
Because
that black man wanted the downfall of himself. He should have.
It don't matter. You can see she's a freak, and you can see she's about that.
Only thing black women want y'all women to do is take care of y'all kids.
You got OnlyFans.
They not.
You ever seen a freak?
White women will sue you for everything. Black women just want y'all to take care of y'all kids and stop putting y'all motherfucking hands on us. That's it.
What?
We're not suing y'all for nothing.
You ever seen a classy chick without only? You ever seen a chick with OnlyFans that was classy?
What does that mean? Who cares?
Have you a chick with OnlyFans wanted to get fuck dick down, anal style, rough sex? OnlyFans, man. She's a freak. She's
a walking trash bag.
Exactly.
Wow,
and she's trying to set up the black man. Now,
she is Scuzz Buckets.
Am I mad at Shannon because he did the wrong thing by fucking with the white snow blood? Yeah, but we kind of.
Leo said, "Ain't nobody rape nobody." Kel said, "Oh no, okay." Kel said she's a walking trash bag. Leo said she just wants some money. She just want that USD. Oh, get it? That was a double entendre. Kels is telling me to stop defending her. She's a sleazeball. Noli says, laugh out loud. Funny how women are only sluts when they will fuck everybody but you.
I want the truth.
Are you
serious? As the guys say, clock that tit. Leo says, Shannon Sharp is getting. Oh, please, Leo.
I want the truth.
It ain't no shake now. This ain't Harlem.
She's shaking nothing. She got a little bit of butt. She's shaking whatever butt she got left. Like, how dare you think you got a butt? You know, black women you ain't got no black butt. You shaking that white butt. White butts don't matter. You know, how black lives matter. White butts don't matter.
Say that she had a black butt though. She just asked if her shit was, if she was better at shaking.
She's not. Take that melanin ass out of here.
Melanin less.
Say that 3 times. Say that 3 times.
Melanin
less ass. Take that melanin ass out of here. You ain't got no melanin ass. So don't put that rope around it to make it look bigger. Your shit is whack. It ain't there. Shannon.
She's in the gym trying to get it bigger.
You ain't Shannon. She's trying to get it bigger for you, nigga. Bigger for you, nigga. Damn, Shannon. Shannon, you don't want it no more.
She got a chicken gizzard body.
I want the truth. I want the truth.
Soon as y'all black men get money, y'all be fucking with these bitches that y'all be talking shit about that y'all can't get.
She
And
shaking.
then y'all get money. That's who y'all fucking. That's who y'all love it. Who y'all want to be humping.
She wanted it in the butt. Doing the butt. Hey, sexy.
No, maybe she's shaking it like that because she's like, "Hey, Shannon, remember you used to do this."
I want the truth. I want the truth.
Share the live, subscribe. Share the live, subscribe. Share the live, subscribe.
Shannon, does this look familiar? Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake.
Remember this ass she was in?
Shake your booty.
I want the truth.
Shannon, I need that baby. I miss my baby. I miss her. Shannon calling her right now. Shannon on the phone with her right now. Can we make it work? Can we make it work? Gotta let it go. Look like another love TKO.
Right. You need to highlight that. Noli said because a woman is sexual or sexually attractive, she can't possibly be a victim. This is how y'all think. Bet you think women are blamed for being R-worded because of how they dress too. Yeah, I bet you they believe that.
Look like another love TKO. Listen, Shannon, I can see.
Well, that's not what Shannon was doing.
Shannon saw two white buttocks on a melon other than this chick, and he said, "Wow, that's an anomaly. I never seen buttocks on a white bitch."
No. I'm talking about not as far as getting buns, Kels. I'm talking about the white women. As soon as these men, like when Kanye said, when he get on, he leave your ass for a white girl. That's what y'all be doing. Like and honestly, y'all, it don't even have to be like even from wealth. A nigga, and y'all know this. I know that y'all know guys who lived in New York. They either in Connecticut or PA, and who's they baby mothers? Some white bitch. So y'all gotta stop. So always want white women when y'all get money or when y'all feel like y'all about to start getting money.
I want the truth.
Why a black person want a white chick when they start getting money? I don't get that. I don't understand.
I ask them. I don't know.
I don't understand. I don't understand that.
Do you not see it, or you just saying like you don't understand why I'm saying that?
I don't understand.
And Leo, no, look at him. Leo said, so he knows.
I want to know because I personally would never be attracted to a white female ever in my life. So I don't know what made Shannon want to say, I want a bunny, a snow bunny. Like, what?
Are you serious? Like, I know plenty of matter of fact, my homeboys, and I need more than two hands to count them on. That went OT, start selling fucking drugs, and they with some fucking trailer trash.
What? Because they was smoking the crap. They was smoking the product. They were the best customers.
No, they don't be custies. They just be like not bad bitches. Like not.
I want the truth.
That's well, Kels. I don't know. Maybe you live a different life than me.
I want the truth.
My old life. In my opinion, if you're gonna blame her and say she's not the victim, then y'all black men who cry that they aren't a victim of these white women, F y'all, you ain't victims. Y'all ask for it. Cal said for real glam. I don't do white. I'm just not I'm attracted to. I'm not attracted, but maybe if they were like the last men on earth, they have to be like really on the verge of being, like blackish. They got to be scruffy. They just got to have the swag of a black man. But I'll date other races, but white men, they just be too bland for me. They too bland for white women. That's why they be wanting our black men.
White man. You don't go white man?
Don't know who the y'all is. What are you talking? Oh, with Noli son?
Let me say Leo.
Hold up. Wait. Leo, what you over here saying? Because they take it in the butt and don't come.
I want the truth.
Are you asking about DEI? There's no more.
I want the truth.
There's no more. No more equal opportunity.
No more.
Let's talk about this weirdo Kanye. And the first one of y'all that say that Kanye is a victim, we blocking y'all.
Oh, shit. Really?
He's not a victim.
He's not. How you spell his name?
Kanye? Sound it out. Canye.
No, I don't think you said it right. How you spell it?
Canye. Kanye.
Yeah, spell it.
Kanye. It's Kanye. Love you too, Loli.
Get out of here, Noli. I'm gonna bust your ass.
You're not doing anything because she's gonna beat you in your sleep.
Give me a head. You talking about giving a head now to your nephew, your cousin? Go ahead, talk about it.
Okay, so what did y'all speak about? What did y'all say yesterday?
Well, we talked about Kanye giving a head to his cousin. He was giving a head to his cousin.
But what was y'all like? How did y'all feel? What were y'all opinions on it? Y'all didn't just read the fucking caption and just sit there and look at each other.
I didn't agree with it. I mean.
What do you mean you don't agree with it? No, we're not gonna free R. Kelly. We're gonna listen to his music. We're not gonna free him.
Free R. Kelly.
Kanye.
Hold on, sir.
Don't play his music.
Yeah, we play that's good.
You understand it? Don't ask him one.
And I know these niggas start to judge me now. And I know they niggas about to judge you now. Told it off when we was hanging now. I was like, cousin, not to tell nobody.
Can you take this off now?
People tell me take it to my grave. You can set you free someday. I don't think they understand that I'm not attracted to a man. They thought I was gay. Nitrous don't help me, it just put me in a trance. I'm talking about euphoria, I'm not talking about a man. Told her don't leave me, cause I need you by my side. As long as you don't leave me, then I'll probably be alright. And that one time that you left me, I didn't get no sleep that night. And that one time that you left me, I took 10 first to get high. 10 first to get high. Pray that I don't die. But if I die, you in the sky. 2 bites of the quake. Don't leave, just stay, man. Let's go on a vacay. Leave the world behind. Leave the world behind. Leave the world behind. Nitrous don't help me, it just put me.
I mean,
talking about euphoria, I'm not talking about a man. Told her
you
don't
understand what's
I
happening.
need you by my side. As
What is
long
he
as you don't
saying?
leave me, then I'll probably be alright.
No, it's not. Turn this bullshit off. You're just wasting time. No, put back up what he said, but press pause.
Oh.
That shit was stupid. Like, where is the musical genius? Not the genius, but the musical genius that we all once knew. So what did he say?
You want to read it? You want to read it?
No, I think a man should read it. How about that?
I'm not reading shit.
I think a man that doesn't think a wife would get raped should read it.
This song is called Cousins, about my cousin that locked in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady a few years after I told him he wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. Perhaps in my self-centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6, and then we acted out what we saw. My dad had Playboy magazines, but the magazines I found in the top of my mom's closet was different. My name is Kanye, and I sucked my cousin dick till I was 14. You get my cousin head. You get his cousin head.
Leo said it sounds like they were setting each other free from time to time. I mean, I guess.
Let's handle the truth.
Jesus.
Nah, Kels. He sounded like he was walking through a train station at night when nobody was in there. That's not done in his basement. His basement, it doesn't have in a basement. His basement is a lower level.
I want the truth.
Couldn't be.
Subscribe if you're watching. Please subscribe. Subscribe. We good. We love you.
Yes, please, Leo. Please do. That's why the number's up there.
Wait, Leo. Call it, Leo. Talk your shit. Get dark on us. Nigga, the number's right there. Do your thing.
That was just noise. Really noise.
I want the truth.
That was noise. But so there's people saying that Kanye is the victim. Y'all think that he's the victim in this?
Kanye is a victim?
Yeah, do you think that he's the victim in this situation? Because there's people saying that he is the victim.
You can't be a victim if you willingly sucking dick. If you willingly sucking dick, like you're on your own, like if you want to do it, you're not a victim. Like I wanna give my cousin head. Like that's on you, nigga. Ain't nobody making you do it. He didn't say nobody made him do it. He said he did it.
No, the victim will probably be, I'm not even gonna say willing, but maybe intimidated or just maybe like just not fucking knowing the right thing to do. The victim would be the person whose dick he's sucking.
That nigga in jail right now.
What?
That nigga cousin in jail right now. He probably getting looked at funny. Like, nigga,
that's what I'm saying. Like, why would he even put this out? That man, and then that's gonna make him look even worse because he's in jail for killing a pregnant bitch.
Yeah.
So it's like, nigga, you always wanted dick. You mad because she's pregnant.
Shit.
They was both sucking and licking on each other. They both victims. Why is Kanye a victim?
Kanye victim. Kanye.
And that's we only see. So it starts with the cousin being 6, and we don't know how old Kanye is. But then it ends with Kanye being 14, and we don't know the ending age of the cousin.
Mm.
So is this shit even like? Is this even real? And all of a sudden, Donda is gay. Jay-Z mother come out gay, now Donda's gay.
You're Donda.
Huh?
You're Donda. I'm listening to Donda.
His mother.
You're Donda.
Yeah. So since when? So I mean, I don't know, and he got to keep coming up with like more dramatic things because Kanye's virals only last for about a week or a half a week.
This one ain't even last a day. Right,
yeah, because Sassy Shannon came out with that man Michelle and Daddy.
You ever ride a Sassy Shannon now? I think it's like a Sassy fucking bitches, fucking white bitches.
What?
Shannon fucking white minor bitches, like minor. Like,
yeah, he's a minor. Wait, okay, so Leo said they was 6 and 7. So exactly, Kanye was older. But okay, they can both. I'm not gonna say because Kanye was acting out what he should not have been seeing in his parents' closet. So as far as being having access to those things and then being able to look at it and then he will be a victim of the parents or of his mother. He's not a victim to his younger cousin who he said, "Let me suck your dick," to. He's not a victim to that.
No.
Even though they're babies, he still tried it. He was the one. I'm just saying, he was the one who initiated it. The victim is not usually the initiator.
Damn.
Yes, he's definitely ruining his, and I do think that Kim needs to file for full custody. It's out of control.
Yeah, definitely.
He's not 14. But Leo, how do you know what Kanye's age was at the time? And how do you know what the cousin's age was when they stopped when Kanye was 14? Because you leaving those two numbers out Kanye leaving those two ages out is something off with that to me. I didn't see 6 and 7. It started when they were 6 and 7. Kanye was still older. He needs to stay relevant, right, Kels? But Kanye, his virals don't last that long, so that's why he has to keep coming up with, even more bogus shit. It was in an article on Smart News app. Okay, well, Kanye's still not the victim. He's not. And right now he's making his kids victims. And he's also probably putting a bounty on his cousin's head who's in prison for the rest of his life for killing a pregnant woman. Now them niggas gonna be in there. Oh, you like getting your dick sucked, nigga? So, yeah. But I don't know if I really don't know if I believe Kanye. I don't believe. And I mean, Donda did kind of look kind of dykish, but you know, why are you bringing it out now? And since when are all these fucking successful male rappers' mothers gay?
Yeah, right. Jay-Z, Kanye.
I mean, I'm sure there's others, but yeah, those two, like, it's weird. I'm waiting for Tina to come out and say something.
Tina?
Mm-hmm.
Tina knows?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck she coming out?
Either to say that she's really a witch or that she's gay. No, one of the two. So I was listening to somebody read her book. The truth! And it just sounds like a book of lies because we've heard the same things that she's speaking about in that book. She spoke about like in interviews, and the book is different from what she said in the interviews in the very beginning. And on that family tree, it also says that Kelly Rowland was born in 1974.
What?
Yeah, 1974, some shit like that. 1979, whatever it was. It's mad years older than Beyonce. And it's just, it doesn't even make sense. So I wouldn't suggest you pick that book up. I suggest you just let YouTube somebody reading it. Yeah. Save your $25. They don't really need it to put out a book of lies. Leo said they probably got him putting Kool-Aid on his lips right now. Yeah, Kanye is bogus. I want the truth. There's nowhere for that man to run. Like, he literally can't run anywhere. I want the truth. But then again, Kanye said he's been in there since he told him that he didn't want to do it anymore, which was, I guess, they was 14. It had to be because that's when Kanye said he stopped. So this man has been locked up for, I guess, a good, 30-something years? How old is Kanye? Got to be about 44, 45, something like that. So about 30 years.
Shutting like that. You want to read that new comment?
47? Yeah, so.
What the fuck did I do with that?
I don't know, Kels. I don't know. Does it seem fishy to y'all? Do y'all believe it? Y'all feel bad? Are y'all praying for him?
For Kanye?
Yeah.
They ain't praying for this.
I'm not wasting my prayers.
Oh shit! Hold on. Wait. What you mean?
I'm not. Don't ask me to fucking waste my prayers on a Puffy, on a R. Kelly, I'm gonna fuck with R. Kelly's music, but I'm not praying for him. Jesus is on the main line. I'm not praying for none of them. I'm not praying for Shannon. I'm not doing any of that. And when this man loses his voice, I ain't praying for him either. RFK launches national autism. Okay. Yo, he's so stupid. He's so stupid.
You want to read that?
RFK Jr. launches National Autism Registry to track cases across U.S. He said that there's no adults with autism. That man said that there's not one adult in the United States with autism.
All right, they say RFK Jr. has launched a new nationwide autism registry, one of the most expansive federal efforts yet aimed to track autism rate possible causes. The program, quietly backed by the National Institute of Health, involves pulling private health records in both federal and commercial database to compile a centralized list of Americanized diagnosed with autism. According to a CBS News report, this registry is being crafted to support RFK Jr.'s public commitment to identify the root causes of autism by this September, a deadline many health experts are calling overly ambitious. The NIH helping gather the information sources, sourcing data from a range of existing health systems. This includes both public and private health records, raising immediate concerns from privacy advocates and some of the medical community. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a longtime quack of certain public health policies, has made investigating the rise in autism case a top priority since being appointed as health secretary. The news registry is expected to launch in phase over the coming months, with updates expected as more data is compiled and analyzed. Whether this effort will be leading to meaningful breakthroughs or simply spark more debates remains to be seen. I'm trying to find another thing he did though. So what is the thing with autism? Like he's trying to find out, like, he's trying to get an understanding about how this works, autism, or what is
He's
this?
probably autistic his damn self. He's probably just high functioning. Granny, does he seem like it, Granny? Because he just be saying shit with that raspy ass voice that is barely coming out. He does not. But I didn't even listen to what you're saying because he's dumb, and I really don't like to hear too much of what they say. I'm trying not to clutter my brain. Kels, how do you feel about what he's saying?
Talk about it.
What?
I want the truth. 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 I want the truth.
Granny calling back.
Truth be told,
Granny.
Too much to text. Call up.
One. Send a.
What up? Granny, what up?
You gotta turn your TV down, please.
What up?
What up, Granny? Turn your TV down.
All right. So, I'll turn the TV down right now. I'm trying to put it on mute, but it's not working. There we go. Okay, so with Robert F. Kennedy, that worm he had in his brain done ate his brain.
I think it's still there.
But this man, he knows nothing about autism. He's trying to go back to old debunked things like the vaccine. Autism is a genetic disorder, meaning it's passed through our family bloodlines, so people who are having autism and the statistics of autism showing up and higher rates right now is because we finally got better testing. I'm from the 1970s. Back then, we heard of autism, but it wasn't widely known. So they misdiagnosed this as, I hate this word, but as mentally retarded, as a slew of other diagnoses that they gave to us. But it was always here. It just now we have better testing to find it in people. And we didn't know that there was a spectrum. Autism wasn't known to be a spectrum. It was just known autism and that was it. Okay, now I got to walk away from this little boy because he's coming. And what he's doing is he's trying to go backwards. He's trying to label it as a disease, something that can be cured, which it is not a disease. It cannot be cured. And even if they did somehow magically find a cure to autism, they're not telling us about the ands, because it's never just autism by itself. Autism just doesn't happen by itself. It's autism and that's like bipolar and a slew of other mental health disorders come with autism and physical disabilities that also come with autism. But the only thing he's focused on is the autism. So okay, you cure autism, but you still don't have a neurotypical person. And he's also trying to say that people like me who are high functioning don't count. So what's that doing for us? That's taking away our programs and things that we need as adults with autism and all of this stuff. That will cancel all of that, and putting us on a registry, autistic people on a registry. That's how they started when they were locking people up in facilities. I will fight to the death if they try to take my son and put him in a facility because he's on the severe end. I will fight them to the death. And I'm not alone. In the autistic community, he is not well liked. The only people in the autistic community that likes Robert F. Kennedy right now for all the garbage he was spitting out his mouth in his debunked facts are the people who don't like their kids.
Damn.
I'm keeping it a buck. The people who don't like their kids and can't handle what happened to their child and what their child is going through. I'm not saying it's all roses and stuff. We already know that. I got Sunshine. You guys know Sunshine. It's not always roses. There's a million things that happen with him because he's on the severe end. But there's parents out there that are looking to try to get a cure because they think it's going to fix their kids so they don't have to be embarrassed anymore. They don't have to be ashamed. They don't have to put in all this extra work and this whole poor me, the parent, forgetting about the child. And their children are never going to advance, never get better, never mature because their parents are not putting in the work into them. They're just passing them along to wherever will take them in, whatever program will take them and try to cure them. But it's never going to happen, and they're going to regress more and more because they're not putting the time to tap in. Autism is such a complex thing. For a man like Robert F. Kennedy, and you can tell I'm passionate, but for a man like Robert F. Kennedy to come out and say the evil things that he's saying, that is dangerous. It's dangerous on a multitude of levels because it will cancel many programs. They're already canceling a lot of stuff with the public schools, which also funds a lot of these programs autistic kids need. And they're going to be killing. They're going to kill children by doing these stupid tests and trying to find this cure. Children are going to die, and these idiot parents are.
Hold on, Granny.
Sorry.
Press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Oh, I'm going.
No, go ahead.
Wait, Granny.
Hey, who this?
Oh, okay, my bad. That's I'm going to land my plane.
Wait, hold on, Granny. I think this is Kel because he had a question.
Go ahead, Kel.
Kel.
Kel, go ahead.
If he's supposed to be doing this part, we'll be really mad.
Yeah, man, Granny. I just graduated a couple of years ago, and I really have some recent information for you because my degree is in speech pathology, so I deal with a lot of autistic people. Now, you can't go around saying that it's a genetic disease because it's not.
It is. It's not.
Can I just ask? I was gonna ask because they did say.
Hold on.
Wait, hold on. I was gonna say that when women have children after a certain age, then autism is probably.
Wait, business. Granny, it don't matter what age.
Go ahead,
okay?
Go ahead, Kel. Go ahead. I'm listening.
It is not a genetic disease. First of all, we don't know.
It's not a disease. It's a disorder. It's autism spectrum disorder, not disease. Autism spectrum disorder.
I am sure in the medical field we use disease. I am sure it is a disorder. You are right, but we label it as disease also. So we can let's do that. So let's not say it's genetic because we don't know where it comes from. They say it's environmental. It could be the medicine that's taken, anything like that. But it goes farther than that because autism go with other things, Asperger syndrome, all the Asperger syndrome, all those other all those other disorders. Now, being that it is such a big spectrum, where are you labeled in the spectrum? There has to be some specific, and there's no specifics to autism. And that is an issue, and that is a problem that I myself, in my courses, have fought against because speech, autism, and the correlation with speech therapy. Speech therapy is a what they call it's not a medical science. It's actually it's only developing. It's not even it's philosophized. So there's no hardcore evidence of autism. We don't know where it comes from. So therefore, we are put on the spectrum. Where we knew where it was specified, people just started getting offended because we did have mild, we did have mild retardation, which we can see like, okay, we knew people had mild retardation. We knew severe retardation. We knew people who had severe retardation. And I think what happened is now they put all that in a pot, and now they call it autism. And I think here's the mix up, and people people shouldn't get offended, but what are we saying? There's no retardation? Is that what we're saying? Is retardation?
I'm not retarded. I'm not retarded.
No. I'm saying you could be diagnosed with autism. I've met many adults with autism that you wouldn't even know they have autism. So I'm not even going to go there with you.
But you're just basically you just said that you don't believe in it.
They're not going to look in your face and say, "Damn, Granny got autism." They're not going to do that. So we're not going to know. But we knew what mild was. We knew what severe was. We knew what the mid was.
Okay.
And all that is gone. And now they made it a problem. Now it's made a problem because now it's on the spectrum and we don't know where to go. So we need to get back to the hardcore medical science of it instead of this philosophy of a science that we have today. You can't label it. We cannot say it's genetic. We cannot say it's environmental. We cannot say it's medical. We cannot say anything because we don't know because we just labeled it.
Have you heard?
Let Grady speak.
Kel, have you heard of a company named Spark? Have you heard of Spark? Have you heard of Spark?
Yeah, go ahead. Explain.
Okay, Spark is a genetic company that deals with testing for the autism gene.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And they've been around for a long time. I've been heavily involved with Spark for a while.
I don't know.
I was tested. My son was tested. I have the autism gene. My son has the autism gene.
Okay.
So if it's not genetic, why did we test for this gene?
Because there's no gene. There's no gene. There's no gene.
Look up Spark. All right, please look up Spark.
No, when you see, go ahead.
Respect.
Leo.
But anyways, so Spark, that's what they do. They do genetic testing, and they specialize in looking for the autism gene. Not everybody has it, and they still have children with autism. So then that leads to open, where else does autism come from? Some people carry an autism gene, which means it's genetic.
Right.
And some people do not have the gene, but they can still pass it down from generation to generation. Now, here's something else that a mother in the autistic community brought up too. Because she said, well, you want to know why there's such a higher level of people testing positive for autism? Is because autistic people like myself who had 5 children are having babies. And guess what happens when we have babies? A lot of those are going to come out with autism. Does that make sense?
I'm looking up.
It makes sense, right?
Now. No, I got you right now. I'm looking up Shank, right? But let me tell you this first. With the any autism spectrum disorder, there's no gene by itself that causes that. If you have a disorder, it's going to be in combination with something else. It is going to be in combination with something else. Now, as far as the shank, there has to be some. They just can't test for a gene for autism because there's no such thing. Now, is it called Shank? Is it called Shank 3 or something like that? Shank.
I was about to say, what the hell is Shank?
Spark.
Yeah, I don't know where you got Shank. So Spark.
I'm just saying this. Right, you have Spark. Shank is another gene.
Excuse us.
68, things like that. NLGN4, or those are other genes, but those are in association with something environmental, something else that is going on. There is no particular gene for autism because we don't know where it comes from. And that's a fact.
So what disease would cause autism? because it's not a disease. Because if it was a disease, we would have cured it years ago. And it's been around since.
Disorder.
It's been around for years.
Is it a disease or disorder, Cal? Is it a disease or disorder?
No,
is it
a
disease or disorder?
It's a disorder.
That's a big difference.
A disorder. Let's think about this. Let's think about this. Autism is very recent. It's very recent.
No, it's not. It goes back to Temple Guardian. Temple Guardian is from the 1940s, I believe. She's been around since then, or 50s, 40s, or 50s. So it's not very recent at all.
As a study, it is very recent. We didn't have. Nobody was saying autism back then. We were saying retardation. Let's admit it.
That's true. That's what they call it.
We were saying retardation. That's what we were saying. Nobody knew about any autism.
Just call up.
That wasn't. What happened?
No. I'm commenting. One of the commenters saying it's a genetic component. That's what this.
Right. That wasn't the norm. Autism was not in our heads. We did not have that. It's most recent because of the study that's going on right now. We had.
Do I believe it has environmental factors? Absolutely. I do believe the environment, food, all of that stuff. I believe that.
It may.
It's all of those factors, though. It can be genetic. It can be due to the age of the woman having the kid.
It could be, but there is no proof of it. There is none.
So, Kels, when they give us women a timeline to when we have children, the first thing they say is that it's a possibility that your child could be autistic if you have a kid past 45. That's something that they do tell us.
I don't think they said that your kid is going to be autistic. They would say something that your kid may have some sort of disability. They wouldn't say autistic. They would not dare tell you your kid is going to be autistic in your womb.
We know what the fuck they're talking about. They're not going to be born with fucking 3 legs or 1 fucking arm. We know what they're talking about. And that is the main.
I'm not saying that.
Really, the main thing that women are scared of. Having children past 45 is because of autism. What else do we have to be scared of?
No. You got to be scared of you got to be scared of a disability. Stop saying specifically autism. You're not. The doctor cannot tell you that. The doctor will tell you the child there will be a specific something going on. There will be a specific something in your blood work. There'll be specific something going on with that baby, but he's not going to say autism. He will say something.
Are you sure?
Disability,
Are you sure? When was the last time you told me? The last time you was an OB/GYN and you said that to a woman? Or when was the last time you were a pregnant woman?
Wait a minute. Vintage. Why you fighting? Why are you fighting? I got knowledge on it.
Because you don't think and you don't believe it, you're not going to convince us that these are effective.
It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with me.
Right. So stop trying to convince us and just have the conversation. Stop telling us no. You don't know. You've never been an OB/GYN. You've never delivered a fucking baby. You've never been a woman, and you've never been a woman, a pregnant woman over 45. So you gotta stop telling us what it is because you don't know.
I do.
Because you studied speech therapy does not mean that you know. You don't know. And you don't know what the doctors say to us.
Oh.
And we can have children past 45 if we want, Leo.
I don't know. I think the call dropped. Sorry.
Yeah, because Kels was talking too much nonsense. Like he's the OB/GYN up in this bitch. He's the 45-year-old pregnant woman OB/GYN. So he knows it from all different.
This is an individual tragedy as well. Autism destroys families. And more importantly, it destroys our greatest resource, which are our children. These are children who should not be suffering like this. These are kids who, many of them were fully functional.
No, he didn't hang up.
And regressed because of
the truth. He didn't hang up.
I don't know who called back. Call back. What you say?
He asked if you hung up on him.
No, it was dead. I didn't hang up. Call back. Granny, call
Yeah,
back.
both of y'all.
Granny Kel, call back.
Hurry up, y'all got 2 minutes.
some environmental exposure into autism when they're 2 years old.
Yeah.
And these are kids who will never pay taxes.
Tonight is lit. Tonight is lit.
They'll never hold a job. They'll never play baseball. They'll never write a poem. They'll never go out on a date.
And a poet
Many of them will never use a toilet unassisted.
This nigga is saying this about autistic people.
Granny, you would never write a poem, Granny. You hear that? You would never write a poem.
Or use a toilet by yourself, or wash up by yourself. Is he crazy? Do he know that there are many, many autistic? Well, I don't know how since DEI. I don't know how many lost their jobs. But there's so many autistic people. We have autistic people that work in the college. Across the street in the subway, there's 2 autistic people that work the cashiers, and they make fucking sandwiches. Like these people that y'all voted in, I hope y'all get what y'all voted for. I want the truth. This is why I'm not wasting prayers on anybody anymore.
Granny,
I hope y'all get what y'all voted for.
I don't know what spectrum he's talking about, but
because he's on the spectrum.
Damn. I want the truth. Wow. Hey, tonight was lit. Tonight was lit. I'm gonna tell you. Anyway,
that's what Shannon Sharp said. Noli, 2 minutes. 2 minutes, but they only gonna play 30 seconds of it. So
he said Leo said he worked with someone that got autism.
Right.
Listen.
Yeah. So this man, like, how would you? Is he's dumb? Like there are autistic adults, and like Kels was saying, maybe they did call it retardation, but again, the world is fucking developing, and we're there's different. Well, I don't know how much it's going to develop, since they took the funds from Harvard, but it's progressing. So of course they're going to put things into different categories, because retardation is retardation, autism is whatever happens, whether it be genetic or from the environment or from a woman's age, and what starts to break down inside of us, we don't fucking know. But that's the thing about having
Who has the answer though?
The people in Harvard.
No.
Yeah, they're getting it. They're working on research. Well, they were working on research, but unfortunately. But just period though. The government is supposed to be working on research for everything that's happening. Yeah. But there's no funding for these things anymore. So now it's going to take us a little more time to really know what autism is and where it comes from, and if it can be avoided. But until then, we have to listen to this dead man walking tell us about our fucking health. I want the truth. While he speaks with his fucking voice box in his.
Don't do that. You're gonna get us in trouble. You're gonna get us canceled.
Why? He's not the president.
Oh yeah, no, he's next. He might get canceled. I don't know.
I want the truth. He might have what? It sounds like it.
Don't talk about his voice box, man. We know his shit.
Fuck him and his voice box. It stops working.
Wait up. I gotta, before we leave, I got to do something. Give me 1 second. Keep talking.
Right. Yeah, Granny. Yep. Mm-hmm. Right. There's not going to be a definitive answer. At least, not right. No, I don't think anytime soon. They're just going to keep breaking things up because different things cause, and at the time we only had that one R word. And that's what they called everything and everybody. They were even saying people with Down syndrome were R words. But they're not.
They're not.
And R words aren't really R words. They're just, what do we call them at work? Differently abled. Well, Yeah, differently abled or
Ray, you know what it's time for, right?
something.
Ray, you know what it's time for, Granny? Get ready, baby.
I looked up Tony stuff. I don't like comment. Yo, Leo's funny.
So listen to Granny's song.
Yeah, we no, we do call them men. The new R word is men.
I want the truth. New R word is what?
Men.
Don't do that. Come on.
Y'all are. Y'all did you not hear the first whole hour and 30 minutes of the conversation that I was having with you and fucking you and Kels? The nonsense that y'all were saying. Are you gonna say that the new R word is not men?
I'm not doing that. We're not doing that.
It is. I mean,
the
whole beginning of this conversation, today's show was R word.
R. I know what R means, but it is what it is.
You don't know what it means? What's on?
No.
Tarded.
Don't say that word. Don't say that word.
Said tarded.
Okay, don't do that. Okay.
Well, I'm just want you to know what the new R word is. Okay. And I want you to get the correct R word. So when we say, yo, you are such a man, you know what we're talking about. So that's going to be our new lingo over here, y'all. You are such a man, and you know what word we're talking about.
Let's in dedication to Autism Month, we're going to listen to Granny's new song. Let's get it popping.
He might not be all wrong, but for the sake of just saying that, he's wrong.
Yeah, let me shine. Ain't no cure needed, I'm doing just fine. Perfectly limitless, can't box me in. Not a puzzle piece, never needed to fit in. Infinite vibes, infinite ways. Unapologetic, I don't need to be swayed. I was born to stand out, never fade. So why you trying to fit me in a world you made? I'm a dope, it's realistic. No skies, I'm not
tells you not.
Yeah, you wish me, but I don't with no permission. Y'all reach for me, but I set the tone in my own world. Still hold the throne. See you worry, yeah, you feel like slow key.
You also undermined me as a woman,
as slick as me.
And as a mother.
I make my space, rewrite the rules out on my pace. See the world in a whole new light. Different don't mean wrong, it just mean right. So step in my world, open your mind, limitless vision, one of a kind. Ain't no shame, just let me be. Unapologetically artistic, fully me.
Granny, is that the streets of Cali?
So step in my world, open your mind, limitless vision, one of a kind. Ain't no shame, just let me be. Unapologetically artistic, fully me. Fully me.
Leo? Yo.
But I move with no permission. Step in my world.
Dope song, Granny. We love it.
Shout out to Granny.
We love it.
I want the truth. Autism.
So let me just read this really quickly. Leo said to Kels, like, basically, he can't argue with two black women. And then he said the end, and they ask us why we leave when we get some money. Because y'all like to get sued by them white bitches. Okay? And you go ahead and do that. And I'm not praying for you. Okay? You're going to be next and not praying for a list. Leo said the dog and dope, Granny.
Shout out to Granny and autistic.
You got to stop, because don't keep saying, like, dropping knowledge. You don't know everything. And I'm speaking from a woman who has had a child. Okay? And you're speaking from some shit that you learned out of a book.
He had a child too. He
fucking therapy.
He didn't have a child, but he made a child. So
I don't care what came out of his dick and what other women carried. He was not the person carrying the child, having all of the conversation with the fucking doctors, especially at the age of 45 or above. Okay, and again, his shit was in some speech, something else. So you may learn about other things, but you could come and say, well, I learned this, but don't come in here saying, no, it's not. No, it's not. Because I want the truth. No, then it's just going to be opinion versus opinion. Because you're not going to tell me nothing about no, it's not, and I'll fucking carry the kid. Just other is fine. Okay. No, I'm not. Yo, good night, y'all.
We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow.
We'll see y'all tomorrow. I might need to drink for tomorrow because y'all pissed me off today.
Shit, she's gonna drink. She's gonna drink.
I'm not gonna drink.
We love y'all, man. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, man. We love y'all. Peace, man. Thank y'all for
we do. Thank y'all.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
Spread what around? Spread what around? All right, so tomorrow we'll finish this conversation, Kels. Hey, y'all.
Yeah.